Safety, parents, teachers, students. Please, a round of applause as we welcome Professor Olumide Longe. Please put us hands together for Professor Olumide. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think there are some conspiracies in recent times in the context of the time that my lecture fell into today again. Recently, all my classes have been in the afternoon. And when you have to teach in the afternoon, the attention span is already very low. And so you have to be very hyper-engaging for your students to even be able to concentrate. Let me start by, first of all, responding to the last questions that was raised here. You see, in every sphere, in every place in the world, there are standards, there are examination bodies. We have the WAEC, which is not just for Nigeria, it's West Africa. And so what I will advise teachers to do, some of the courses we teach today, we were not taught in school. Python, Java, we learn with Fortran and Pascal, basic. Some of us didn't even learn visual programming. So, but what we can do is that when you are in class, whatever you feel that your student needs to excel out there, give it to them. They will forever be grateful for that. Whatever they also need to pass their exams and move on to the next phase of their life, give it to them. So you are going to be playing dual roles. You are going to play the role of building lives as well as building career. So when you build life and the society by giving them what you need, what you feel is going to help them to be useful to themselves and be useful to the society. And at the same time, you are going to also give them what it takes to pass the exams, because without passing that exams, they can't even move to the next phase of their lives. And so that's one thing I think we should all do as teachers. Usually also, if you follow the curriculum is not going to tell you to teach your students about life and living. And that's where the problem comes from, especially in the university. Most of the problems we have in this nation today, they are problems that came from our so-called universities. All the people ruling us, all the senators, all the commissioners, all the governors, they passed through the university. So the university has created these problems that we are facing today. Unfortunately, I'm part of that creation. Yes. What did we put in their brain? We'll tell them that even secondary school and primary school, we'll tell them that when you come first, you are the best. There is nothing that makes the first the best. You can be first academically and be a marital failure. The fact that you are classmates and someone built a house first does not mean you will end up building the best house. The fact that your contemporary buy a car today does not mean when you are buying your own 5 years' time, you will not buy the one that is much more better than the one he has bought. So in our context, we are too competitive instead of collaborating and complementing each other. And that's the problem we have in this country. Well, we are too competitive. In those days when there was Molue, even if there's only one passenger in a Molue that can take 67 people, we see the only one trying to enter is still rushing. Why are we rushing? I mean, it's so challenging that as human beings, as a nation, we have evolved in this way, and it's not really helping us. So we need to do more of complementing each other. There was a time in this country, I remember my late father wanted me to read medicine. My father was a barber, Lagos Street, opposite Lateran. I wonder how he will pay my fees through medical school. But he wanted me to read medicine because medicine was the order of the day. To show that you are brilliant, you must read medicine. And so those who are in social sciences, they feel like they are substandard, or those of us who go to physics or chemistry, we feel that the people reading medicine, they are elitists. But all of them have to complement each other. There is no medical doctor without a teacher. There is no teacher without a farmer. And so that is what this is all about. I want to say that my opening address is just a bit of what is going on in my mind. At least I feel that we should speak to each other heart to heart. Let me start also again by saying that I want to congratulate Edves Catalyst. They are my boys, and I'm very excited to be here. They are very powerful people. They dragged me all the way from Ghana to this place. The profile that lady was reading is 2011. That's not me now. I want to congratulate them for the strides and how far they have gone. It's not easy to cluster the caliber of people we have here today. And year in, year out, we have seen these young guys with the support of God and humanity, and those of us who they look up to, who have continued to encourage them. They have also continued to encourage us by the strides that they have made. I'm telling you that they are putting the name of our country in a very good pedestal. And we are so proud of you that you could have come this far. Today is not a day of talking too much. It's just a day of what I can call sharing a little with you about what I feel we should do as parents as far as online is concerned. I was just whispering to Dari there about what the teachers were saying. And I told him, people that went to Bible school 15, 20 years ago or 30 years ago, perhaps Facebook was not as popular as it is now. But if you are a pastor today and you are not on these platforms, you are pastoring yourself. This morning, before I left Ghana, I think it was this morning or yesterday, I joined Pastor Bolaji Instagram. We have this live prayer. Those who went to Arabic school, none of them was taught that we can use WhatsApp to communicate. It was not in that generation. So, my generation, I was 52 days ago. My generation is an immigrant into the technology. The generation of my father were aliens. Because even in that generation, we have those who could not use remote control. Talk less of WhatsApp. But this generation of children that we are looking at, they are natives. This is the natural language that they speak. And ignoring them or ignoring that space is at our own risk. It's at our own risk. And I'm saying that because what we are dealing with here this evening that I'm talking about, that made me fly all the way from Ghana to this place. I've not even seen my wife and my children. Has to do with legacy. There is a world that was bequeathed to us. There's a nation that was bequeathed to us. What we have done with it is another story entirely. What we have done with it, my generation and your generation, sir, is another story. But these children who are coming behind us, what kind of nation, what kind of life, what kind of legacy are we going to leave for them? Just like Professor Eleshi was saying, he was touching on certain very important things. And I felt that what he has come to do here would rather even be much more important to address a forum where there are lecturers of universities and polytechnics. Let me first of all start with the Quran. There was a place in the Quran where the angels went to meet God. And Abraham was mentioned. Especially for those of you Christians. When we greet them, salam alaikum, they become angry. In the Quran, the name Abraham was mentioned. Salam alaikum means peace be unto you, right? I'm a Christian. Because all these decisiveness, divisions, dichotomy, what I can call biases, they sow like seeds into us. We're not born with them. A little child that was born yesterday does not know the difference between Christianity and Islam. We are the one that cause all these problems. All these schisms that we carry all over us. So, very good. That's where I'm coming to. This is the place I will talk today and I will close. And go to the slide before it. Let me see the one before it. Okay, back. Front now. Good. No. Yes, stay there. And I'll close. Just 10 minutes, I'm off this stage. All these biases. I'm a Christian. And I subscribe to Islamic Quranic verses. They send it to my phone every day. Text messages. And I have learned so much from it. In fact, my best friend in this country is Professor Rashid Olubenga Jimo, former dean of faculty of IS at Ilorin. If we remain passive to that generation, busy with our works, I speak like Ghanaians now, you forgive me, busy with our trading, our works, we're going to create, I don't know whether when we get to heaven, so-called, we can look down and see what is happening. I'm sure my father is looking at me now, and maybe he's proud of me, I don't know, maybe. So we are talking about legacies here. I was in the US some years back, and we couldn't get an affordable flight between New Jersey and Chicago, Illinois. And so, Purdue. We want to go to Purdue University at Lafayette, Indianapolis. It's very expensive. And so we booked a flight to Chicago and decided to take a ride from the Chicago airport to Lafayette. And when we took that airport car, it was already fuel loaded, in perfect state. We started this journey. And at a point, Dario, I observed the thickness of the road. The thickness of that road that we were traveling on was like 5 times as thick as this. And I was asking myself, these people, is it the same God that created them that created us? There are thieves among them. There are rogues among them. There are killers among them. But you see quality. There is no crime that we commit that they don't commit. I make bold to say that. I lived in Baton Rouge, the capital state of Louisiana. And the number of people that is killed in the capital of Louisiana every day, they are more than the number of people that COVID killed in Nigeria in 2 years. But these people, as we were traveling that road, I observed the wind. This wind generating energy. You will look at it as far as your eyes can see. You can't see to the end. And on our left and on our right, there is corn farm. Corn this way, corn this way. Here, those who go into farming will think they are doing dirty jobs. And I ask myself, these people have left a legacy that their children can build on and enjoy. But in our own case, it's all about self-centeredness. Even within the family, even among teachers. They will come across information that is useful to their colleagues, they will hide it. They will come across information that are useful to their students, they will hide it. Because they want only their children to excel. I want only my class to excel. I want to get the best teacher of the year award. Even if anybody doesn't get anything. What is wrong with us? We're talking about legacies here. My father left a legacy. When he died and was being buried, the Vice Chancellor of Trinity University wrote a letter to me because he sent a representative, and I was crying. He said, Longe, until you achieve what your father has achieved, you have achieved nothing. The fact that he produced you means that he left a legacy. We're talking about legacy here. Please go back to that particular slide. You will see the problem is passivism. What is passivism? When people are doing the wrong thing and you refuse to comment, perhaps because your sense of your self-preservation level is too high. Passivism. Accepting or allowing what happens or what others do without active response or resistance. They want to destroy someone and you are there and you close your mouth. Go come in. These are the problems we have. Even as teachers, we see a lot of schisms, a lot of bitterness, a lot of hatred, a lot of bickering amongst us. Our focus is not on developing that younger generation and molding them to people who tomorrow they will shine as light. My PhD supervisor told me that she has the opportunity to keep me with herself, but she will allow me to go, that whatever honor I get, it comes back to her. She was thinking of legacies. Thank God she allowed me to go and see where God has taken her to. She just finished as a rector of a polytechnic. She has been appointed again as a vice chancellor. It is God that rewards. Passivism. God Almighty says in the Quran, and fear tumult or oppression, which affect in particular only those of you who do wrong, and know that God is strict in punishment. Don't fear anybody. Say the truth. If your time has not come, nobody can kill you. I have experienced near plane crash 3 times. I did a short flight from Accra. It's 45 minutes, sir. 45 minutes. We left 8:30 Accra time. It's already 9:30 here. By 10:20, we're supposed to land. Sir, we attempted landing 7 times this Lagos airport. We couldn't land. We landed in Port Harcourt 2 a.m. in the night. I have experienced it not once, not twice, not thrice, but I did not go. My time has not come. When you stand for the truth, you will know the truth and it will set you free. That's what the Bible says. Passivism. Those who do wrong, it does not affect only them, but all of us. I have seen, sir, promotion exercise. They want to promote somebody from assistant lecturer to lecturer 2, and the professor was getting angry. For what? In what way does that affect your life? When you're supposed to encourage the young people to come up, and then tomorrow you retire, you say there's nobody to replace you because you are the only one that knows it. I have seen somebody who was a professor for 18 years and he never graduated a PhD in chemistry. It's very sad. It's an injustice to our nation. I was just telling Darry, I had the opportunity to remain in the US, but I had to come back home. I was patriotic to a fault. I felt Nigeria has invested so much in me. Let me come. I mean, to build and to develop and join forces with others. When you look at it, see how God the merciful is warning us. He's a merciful God, the most benevolent. He's warning us that misconduct doesn't just affect the ones that do it, but it has a wider range. That's where your cybersecurity comes in. If you fold your hands, maybe we saw the example now, it's always negative things that we project in this country. A small lady who was dancing naked and became an issue all over the world. We were in Ghana and we were getting embarrassed. All the things, that nation was colonized by the British. We were also colonized by the British. Every good thing that the British left for us, we have thrown them away. On the platform of Olaju, servants of the Holy Prophet, they went to meet him. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They said, Prophet, sir, there is a place where they are doing evil. He said, go and kill all of them. Then they came back to him. They said, sir, there is one man there who is always praying to you. Should we kill him with all these people? God replied, do what? Start with him. For his face never changed with disapproval to what had been going on. Because this righteous man was passive, he too was punished with the sinners. May you not be punished. Amen. When the righteous are passive, evil will reign. When as Muslims, as Christians, as Ogun worshippers, we leave the evil ones to pervade the internet, there will be cyber problem. There will be cyber crime. There will be pedophiling. There will be cyber stalking. There will be all this evil all around us. And that generation will look back, just like Professor Ennis said earlier on. Some of us look back today, we kind of curse our lecturers. Because they deceived us. They taught us nothing. There were things we were supposed to learn from them about life and living. I'm talking to you parents today. Sit your children down once in a while and talk to them about life. A son is not supposed to get married and begin to get to understand a woman for the first time. A woman, sometimes they behave in a particular way. She's just being female. Don't worry, go worry, she's just concerned. A man behaves in a particular way at a particular time. He's just being male. He will take risk. But when you don't sit your children down and tell them, Baba, me aso pe, rot your humanity, won't share. You want to go call the longer, you are not the only one bearing this name. Don't destroy it. So sit these children down in your classrooms when you see them moody, whatever, call them. You are patriots. You are like a minister. Your work is more than, you are not doing a salary work. You are not earning an income. You are building lives. There are two different things. There's a difference between a job and a career. This is a career. You are building lives. I'm telling you. I talk to my students. This is the way I talk. When you come to my class, this is the way I talk. I don't want my students to make the same mistakes I've made. I have had students who finish with second class upper, and today they are hairdressers in Ibadan with big salons. Because when I look at her, I told her, I said, Sekinat, look, hairdresser, go and learn hairdressing. The way I'm seeing you, this degree, you will not use to work. But what you will achieve with it, because you have the brain, with a trading, you will go far. Today, these kids are doing fine. I just told him, 2 of my students, they met in my office and they got married. Tomorrow I'll be in Benin. I want to go and see the new baby they just gave birth to. When you teach students about life, you see they are like whiteboards, plain. Nothing is written on them. Whatever you write on them will stay. The seed you sow in them, if you water it very well, you provide the right land, it will germinate. It will take root and germinate. And it will produce multiple fold. We teachers, we have the opportunity to reproduce ourselves in so many people. Some ministries don't have the number of children that pass through you in 2 years. Do you know how many generations is passing through you? Do you know how many governors are passing through you? Do you know how many ministers are passing through you? Do you know how many pilots are passing through you? The only thing you see is his mama. No! When I buried my father, I told him, just 1 more minute. Just 5 of my students that I taught at Auchi Polytechnic in 2006 contributed almost 2.5 million. Students I taught how many years ago? Teachers are builders of the nation. Some of the problems we have today, you are the cause. I am the cause. We have to ask ourselves. Let me go to the Bible and close. Hezekiah was a king who was doing very well. In fact, it was time for him to die. Then he went to start to pray to God. And God said, I give you additional 15 years. During those 15 years, he gave birth to a child. Manasseh or something, and that one did evil in the sight of the Lord. But that's not where I'm going today. So he shows all the things that he has to everybody. Then God sent an angel to him and told him, go and tell him all these things that he has shown them. One day is coming, they will carry it. Do you know what Hezekiah said? Then Hezekiah said to Isaiah, the prophet, this message you are giving me from the Lord is good. God said everything will go away. He said the message is what? Is good. Is it good or bad? For the king was thinking in his heart, at least there will be peace and security during my lifetime. Look at the legacy he's leaving. He's not thinking about those who are coming behind him. What kind of world are we going to bequeath to those who are coming behind us? Is he a world full of cybercrime? Is he a world full of pedophiling? Is he, for as long as we are passive in our response to that generation, for as long as your children are online and you don't care what they are doing there, for as long as your brothers and sisters are there manipulating, doing yahoo yahoo, and you just fold your hand, you don't care, the kind of world that will be bequeathed to the coming generation will be very disastrous. I pray that our faith will not fail us. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a round of applause for our professor.